Coach, how do you feel about today's win against the Timberwolves?
I feel pretty good, being that we played them once before, it's always hard to play a team the second time, and beat them. But I thought we did some good things out there. We got some things we got to work on, but I think we did good overall.
Okay. Being that the Mustangs have won, what is your plan as far as practice?
We're going to practice regular like we normally do. Things don't change. We get ready for the next team. The Mustangs no different than any other team that we practice for. So we'll be practicing for the Mustangs for the next 2 weeks.
As far as what I've heard from an anonymous source, that they have a good quarterback. What's your plan on stopping him in the game?
Well, they have an excellent quarterback. He's good, but he can be stopped. We just have to play good defense like we played tonight, lights out defense. We can harass this guy. He's not fleet of foot, so that's a good thing for us. Our corners and our safeties just have to be aware that their job is pass first, run second.
How did you feel on that fourth down goal line basic stop? It was like in the fourth quarter, but it wasn't even on the goal line. But how'd you feel on that stop?
It was an excellent stop. I mean, defense been playing lights out all day. I mean, the one touchdown they got was a blown assignment. Other than that, we shut them out. Probably they had a field goal, and that's all. I mean, you got to think about it. They took a touchdown away. We had about 2 or 3 drives that was stalemated by, dumb penalties, So guys understand that what could have been a blowout, ended up being a close game, but we'll get it together. We'll be ready for the Mustangs. We will be ready.
How do you feel about tonight's win?
Well, first of all, any win at this level of football, at any level, is a good win. So we were very fortunate tonight to win a good ball game against a very tough Southern Michigan Timberwolves team.
What do you think will be the next challenge within the next 2 weeks of practice?
Well, we're going to have to prepare for a very explosive Muskegon Mustang football team. So we know they have some excellent football players, so we're going to have to do a good job offensively, defensively, and with our special teams unit, try to do the best we can to stay in the ball game and contain that football team.
Are you guaranteed that it is going to be the Mustangs?
Well, we did understand that they won. They were victorious tonight, 38, 36-12, something of that magnitude. So we know that we will be playing those men here at our home field. So that's the best part about it. We don't have to travel, but hey, they're a good football team, and they bring their team everywhere they go. So,
do you think they're going to bring some majority of their fans with them?
Well, I'll tell you what, that would make for an exciting environment. So, yeah, the more fans, the merrier.
Okay. What do you think was the pinnacle piece for tonight's game?
Well, defensively, we played well. Terrence Carter made an outstanding play to give us an opportunity to I'd say control the clock a little bit, and they put a little bit more pressure on them to have that ball that last drive to force them to pretty much score. So, there was a big play defensively. Our defense has stood up all year. I mean, we've had the best defense in the league the last 3 years. That's a credit to those young men and the coaches and Coach Jackson for having those men prepared to do what they need to do. So we need to be able to find a way to match that on offense and special teams so that we can continue to elevate ourselves and give ourselves a chance to compete in the championship game versus the Mustangs.
Did you have to pull anyone as far as the QBs, or did you rotate them around this time?
No, actually, Michael Collins, he was our quarterback on our undefeated team last year. He's coming back off an injury. So I wanted to just try to get him a series or 2 just to try to get his feet wet a little bit and get him back reacclimated to, play in the game. So there was no pulling of Steven. We were just making a quarterback rotation just to get him some leg work. And as it turns out, Steven ended up being injured with a bruised shoulder. We don't know the severity of it yet, but he suffered a little shoulder injury, so we have to see where that situation is. But so it was actually good that Michael was able to get in there and get his feet wet, so he was able to go in and help us close the game out.
Wouldn't you rather consider that as an upper body injury instead of a shoulder?
Well, I mean, that's directly where the injury was, but, we'll deal with it. We're going to get him in, get him some treatment, and, he'll be looked at by a physician. We'll see where he's at.
What's your plan as far as immediate practice since we have a 2-week break before the next game?
Well, we'll be just like any situation. We need to stay active and stay at it. We're by no means playing in a perfect situation, so we need to work in. When you only practice 2 days a week, that basically gives us 4 days. And if the coach wants to do anything on Saturday, we can maybe get 5 opportunities to prepare for, like I said, an extremely explosive Muskegon Mustang football team. So all the practice that we can get in will give us a chance to be in the ball game.
What do you think that you will be able to do as far as trying to contain the Mustangs?
Well, they have an outstanding quarterback, and everything starts with the man with the ball in his hand. So we're going to have to first be able to contain that quarterback, and that'll give us a fair chance. They have an outstanding receiver as well. So, we got a few things we're going to need to work on, but I trust that we'll get together and guys understand that, hey, we're playing for the Great Lakes Football League Championship and the magnitude of what this game means, not only to us, but what it means to Muskegon and our league. So, we have to go in and do a good job of preparing and give ourselves a chance to win in the upcoming ball game.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
What do you do for the Detroit Seminoles?
I'm the Detroit Seminoles president. This is my second season as the Detroit Seminoles president.
And what does the president position entail?
I do the day-to-day operations for the Detroit Seminoles. I make sure everything is organized, the gate is ran correctly, and we have, make sure the coaches are up to code.
How do you feel about tonight's win, and in general, this season's victory?
This season has been good. We are coming off an undefeated season, and this season we lost one preseason game. So I'm happy about the way the season is going. It's always could be better, but for the most part, we're happy with the way that the season is going.
So, in reference to the current undefeated season, and if we were to knock out the next team, how would you really feel in that situation?
I will be excited because we will be going back to Florida to play in the Nationals in January.
Do you have an idea when that date might be, or is it still up in the air?
The finals are normally the second week in January. It's probably about the second week in January, Martin Luther King weekend.
As far as the team's win tonight, how do you feel that it improved on the team, or
it made the team, we played against a good team. The only loss that the Timberwolves had was against us in the regular season. So they knew that they had to play hard to pull it off, and they pulled together, and I am happy for my guys.
Thank you.